Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is summertime, and it has been a really hot one so far, but the snakehead bite has also been very hot. So, in this video, we'll be breaking down the different techniques you can use to catch them during the summer, and following that, I will be bringing you on the water on a recent trip that I had on a very hot day during the afternoon, and we got into some great action and some pretty big fish. So make sure to stick into the end and let's get into it. So for the most part, we are past the snakehead spawn, and thank goodness. The snakehead spawn for the most part sucks. Just a lot of lockjaw fish, pretty inactive. It's cool seeing them doing their spawning dance, but after you see that a few times, you're ready to be able to catch them and not just, struggle for every bite that you get. So we are past that. Snakehead spawn, or at least the first spawn, is done. So now it is fryball season, which is one of my favorite times of the year. These fish are now guarding their fry, or a lot of them are, that made it through the spawn successfully. And basically, if you've never fished a fryball or never seen one, they're little itty bitty babies sitting on the surface, which makes them great targets to fish because they have two parents on them. Both are supposed to be protecting them. Sometimes you can find both parents, sometimes one, or sometimes none. Either those fish have been messed with, they've been caught before, or totally taken off the ball, whatever. But very, very exciting, because typically if you come across a fryball and you can visually see a parent on there, you're probably gonna get an eat unless it's already been caught and put back and it's an educated parent. But for the most part, very exciting fishing, very visual fishing. You get to watch the fish eat it, get to watch it chase it down, and overall a good time. So we've got fryball fish that are guarding their fry, and then we've also got, normal feeding fish that are just on the move in their normal spots, deep in grass, deep in thick cover, on timber, in very shallow water. It can be a very exciting time. So typically this time of the year, I'm spending all of my time either a foot of water, foot and a half of water, or less. I'm not looking in really any deeper pockets. Most of those fish, they love warm water. And even though a lot of that shallow, warm water doesn't have a ton of oxygen in it, it is totally cool for snakehead to hang out in there because they can breathe air. So makes a perfect habitat for them in those thick hydrillomats, thick lily pad fields, and stuff like that. So very fun to fish. Sometimes can be very challenging depending how thick the cover is, but using weedless baits this time of the year is typically the way to go, especially topwater. Topwater is generally what I'm throwing first and when I'm throwing most through the summer, as it just gets snagged less. You can bounce it over lily pads, bounce it through the pads, bounce it over the grass, run it on top of duckweed, things like that. And those snakehead have the perfect vantage point sitting under that cover and able to blow up through it and get your topwater. But that doesn't mean that subsurface won't outproduce topwater sometimes. I've definitely had days where the cover isn't as thick in some areas, and subsurface, inline spinners, chatterbaits, for whatever reason, that's what they're keyed in on, and topwater just doesn't quite do the trick. But just to show you some of these baits, here are some of my favorites. So, got my tried and true bait, the high octane Frogzilla. This is just a great overall frog, and I will throw this in just about any scenario to start. The Tailed Lures mouse. This is a newer mouse this year, has been absolutely killer. It's a great walking presentation. This looks just like a field mouse on the surface, skittering across, and has a great walking action. And he also just came out with a mini mouse, which I'm very excited to throw. The Tailed Lures Model D bladed version. Sometimes that blade can make a big difference, whether it's an overcast day or they're just not wanting that skirted presentation. Sometimes that blade can get them really fired up. So great bite, great bait. And yeah, you can get some great bites on it too. But we've got that. And also popping frogs are great for this time of the year, especially when the cover is very thick and you've got a lot of fish spread out in different areas. Popping frogs are a great way to go. I haven't thrown this much yet. This is the infamous fishing, if it'll focus, the infamous fishing Aeropapa. Gosh, please focus. There we go. And pretty small popping frog presentation. I'm excited to throw this, and overall, popping frogs in general, great way to go this year, or this time of the year. Another tried and true bait for me, when Topwater isn't quite doing it, this weedless trident from High Octane Custom Baits, absolutely killer. If you watched my how to catch spring snakehead video, I said this is my #1 spring bait. And while I don't quite use it as much through the summer because I'm throwing more Topwater, this is typically the first bait that I'm picking up. Following that is curly tail frog, like this Spectra Baits flippin' frog. Those tails, those legs flutter behind that body, and for whatever reason, it drives snakehead crazy. Great subtle presentation and definitely gets their attention. And then the last subsurface bait that I'll throw besides maybe a weedless fluke is a bladed jig. So this is the High Octane chatter, and overall killer bait. This is open hooked, so there also is a weedless version that you'll be able to get away with throwing around more cover. I prefer open hooked chatters and bladed jigs, but this one, absolutely killer. So kind of like I touched on before, fishing shallow water is gonna, or very shallow water is gonna be most productive this time of the year. If the cover is too thick and you've got just thick, barely can pedal through hydrilla mats or things like that, that might be a little too choked up for them or too choked out for them. But overall, staying skinny is definitely the way to go, and just getting basically no more than 1.5 foot of water. That's basically my rule this time of the year. I really won't look in much deeper water besides on, any kind of strange occasions. But overall, the fry balls will also be in very shallow water. Typically, I kind of find fry balls in the shallowest water that snakehead will be in. It can be really cool because these fry balls, they're trying to keep away from as many predators as possible, keeping them in 6 inches of water or less. So they're sitting in that super shallow water along with the parents. And sometimes, like you'll see very soon when I'm out on the water, these fish have got their backs completely out of the water, super wild looking, and give you honestly like the best shot possible at catching them because you can see them, they're out of the water. So it doesn't happen all the time with fry balls, but can happen, and very cool when it does. But that's some of the techniques and the way I like to fish the summer bite. So let's get into the action and show you exactly how I would fish a day in the summer on the water. Let's hop on the Hobie Lynx and chase some snakehead. And also shout out to OC Kayak and Dave Inscore for getting me this Hobie Lynx for the time being. It is a badass vessel, especially for fishing super skinny water like this. And make sure to check out OC Kayak for any kayaks or accessories. Alrighty guys, so we just got out on the water here, and I'm actually putting the power pole down. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a fry ball right in front of me. Not sure if there's a parent on it or not. It's a pretty big ball. So they're definitely older fish, or older fry. And the older they get, the more likely that parent is either very educated or spooked off, taken off the ball, whatever. I always cast behind the ball, at least to start, and bring it into them. That's a little to the right there. Try to put it right on top of them if I can. Just Still haven't seen a parent. I yank it out of there so the parent doesn't follow it to the boat and get completely spooked. That's a better cast. There's like another one right there, right next to it. I don't know if this ball is split in half or if that is a whole separate ball all to begin with. It's kind of acting weird. I have a feeling there are no parents on this one. Yeah, that fry ball is definitely acting a little strange. All breaking up like that and coming back together. I mean, they'll break up, but they kind of stay pretty uniform for the most part. So I'm just gonna move on and continue working the edge of the grass here, see if there's any feeding fish on it. And yeah, we're just gonna keep on moving. It's a decent amount of grass here, so I think I'm pretty limited to the frog, which is how it is in most areas that you fish, during the summer at least. But can't really complain. Throwing the frog is definitely a ton of fun. I've escaped some of the wind here, and honestly the wind kind of felt nice. It is a hot one today. It's like 90, 93 or something like that, but a little bit of that breeze honestly I don't mind it too much on days like today. But oh god, I just spooked one right there. Oh wait, no I didn't. No I didn't. It didn't spook. It just took a gulp of air. Did you guys see that? Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, he's behind it. Did he spook off? No, he's right there. Not a big one. Now that wind is screwing me. Alrighty guys, I just came across another fry ball. And this one I've seen the parent. There's a big parent on here. Not gonna get too close. Definitely want to keep your distance as best as you can. Let's see if we can get a hungry parent. Got him, got him. That's a tank, that's a tank. Oh yeah, come here. That is a giant, dude. That is a giant. Oh, look at that tank, dude. Come here now. Yes, sir. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That's definitely a 10+ pounder right there. Oh, slurped that frogzilla right on up. That's what I'm talking about. That is why I love summertime fry ball fishing right there, baby. All right, let's see if we can get this big fella on grips here. There we go. Let's see what you weigh. This fish is just over 10. It's so hard to read these lines. Oh no, it's like right at 10. Right at 10. There he is. Big old tank. Choked the frogzilla. You can barely see it down there, but he smoked it. This fish I was surprised it was only 10 pounds or just a hair over. It's probably, you know, 32 inches or so. I'm gonna get a measurement real quick, but I'm gonna get the hook out and measure him. Keep him on grip, see if there's another parent, because I did see some other movement around there, but not sure if it was a fish feeding on that fry or the other parent. But here he is one more time. All right, I got this brute saddled up next to me, and there's the ball. So I'm gonna cast back in there, see if there's another parent guarding. Oh, didn't quite make it to him. Did not see another parent, so I'm just gonna get a measurement with my new catch board, the 40-inch one. This is actually the first fish that I'm measuring with it. And I guess that 31.5 or 32. Oh gosh, way off. Just over 33. That's a skinny fish. Big old head though. Big old head. All right, let's get her back on the fry. All right, well, of course, I accidentally stopped the camera as I was releasing that fish. It was a pretty sweet release, but oh well. You guys saw it, and it's back on its fry, so there was not another parent on there. So we're just gonna keep on moving, fish these grass edges down, see if we can find either some more feeding fish or another fry ball. Looks like something big just moved in that corner right there. Oh, he missed it. Oh my gosh, he didn't even let me set the hook. Oh my gosh, that was another tank, dude. I couldn't tell if he got it that second time, so I was just letting him take it. That fish is not coming back. If he does, that would be wild. That was another tank. I knew I saw something big move in that corner. And he took it so lightly that second time. I just wanted to make sure he had it before setting the hook, but I guess he felt hooks first. He jumped and I just didn't know what to do. I was just kind of waiting to see what was going to happen, but he spit it. Back in here looks really juicy. This path in the grass, all these dragonflies flying around. I can't imagine there won't be some fish stacked up back in here. A fish I just lost was right there. So there's definitely some around. I think I just saw one move up here. There's all kinds of movement in the grass back here. All kinds of movement, my goodness. From where my frog is all the way back. There's a fish with his back out of the water all the way back there. Might be spawning fish or more fish on fry, I don't know. I can clearly see that fish is 20, 30 yards away, and I can see its whole body out of the water. Gosh, these fish are so cool. That fish that had its body out was right here. I think it's on fry. Yep. I just saw it. He's oh gosh. Get off of there. He's to the right. Oh, come on, man. Get off. He was right there a second ago. Oh. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh no. It got wrapped in that rope. Man, I am getting worked today. My goodness. Oh man, that was another big one, dude. Probably 30 plus inches. Oh, I had him too. He was just on that rope and was able to spit it. There might have been another parent on there though. And sometimes on fry they will eat again after being hooked. There's a slim chance, but it's like your best shot at getting a fish to eat again after they've been hooked is when they are guarding fry. He came after it without hesitation too. Dang. He's still right there. It's in that corner. Just saw it move again, unless that's another parent. I'm gonna get away from this, or moves, that rope won't be as much in my way, so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, that fish knows now. I've seen it multiple times, and it will not go back for the frog. I can't really throw much else in there because the grass is so thick, so I might have to move on. Gosh, that sucks. Fish just ate right there. Just ate right next to me. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No! That entire fish was out of the water when he ate. Of course, with our luck today, that one came off like most of the rest, but man, that was wild. I could see, I think I said whoa or something right beforehand. And that was because I saw when it was chasing it, most of its body was out of the water. That is wild. There's one right next to me. Big one right here. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Come here. Come here. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh. Soak me. Oh my lord, dude. Oh, it does not get better than that, baby. What a way to end the night. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't believe that fish didn't see me. Brought it right to him. Smoked it. Gosh, that fish ate it so good. And that frogzilla is down there, man. Down there. This isn't a spawned out fish either. This one is probably weighs more than the last that I caught, but isn't quite as long. Let's see. No, it actually weighs less. This is like a 9.5 pound fish. That's surprising. The heck? This does not feel like 9.5 pounds. I just got the scale check though. I guess it is. Alrighty guys, here's our sunset giant baby. This fish ate in the nick of time, and man, it could not have ate it any better. Right by the boat, somehow did not see me, did not spook off, crushed it, and then absolutely freaked out. This is why I love snakehead fishing, and it is a banging time to catch them in the summer. We had a lot kind of go wrong with a lot of these eats here, but this one definitely went right, and man, can't beat it. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you learned something, and if you did, make sure to like it and also subscribe. I know out on the water we could not capitalize on all the action that we had, but man, it was a fun day for a short trip, a lot of action from big fish, and you can't ask for much more. All topwater fish, just an absolute blast, especially seeing those fish up on the surface guarding their fry. Can't ask for much more. But I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.